Hi guys and welcome back to Football Manager 2018 with Rangers. This is our last episode of Season 3. League title already wrapped up and we're going for the double now at Hampden Park to retain the Scottish Cup to make it 3 in a row for the Scottish Cup here. We're against Ross County. We've beaten them 9 times, they've managed 1 draw against us and they've never beaten us. Zach Rudden, obviously ineligible because he's on loan from ourselves. They have finished bottom of the table and we have finished top of the table. It's an easy cup, right? It's got to be in the bag. There's no way we can lose this game. But we're not going to be taking that attitude into the game. We're going to be making sure we do everything right. Let's see, Alfredo Morelos can play, but he's kind of banged up, so let's not put him in there. Casey Palmer, I've decided I'm not going to sign Casey Palmer. I prefer Donis Avdiaj anyway, and 2.7 million is a hefty fee for where we are at the moment. So he's done well when he came in on loan, but he's going to be going back to Chelsea. John McGinn, will he come back in today? I think John McGinn comes back in for Henderson, who's not entirely fully fit. Wayne Rooney's going to come off the bench for... Yeah, for Morelos, just in case we need him. You never know in these types of games. Maximiliano Oliveira is actually ready to come back in, so he can come on for Jack Price on the bench. But I'm going to leave Mitchell in there because he's done not bad and he deserves a chance in this final. So, the lineup for the final is going to be as follows. Fulton, Houston, Fernandez, Cardoso, Mitchell, Barjonas, McGinn, O'Halloran, Avdiaj, Afif and Odsonne Edouard, with the exception of Cardoso because Murray Wallace is coming in. So that's the lineup there. And it's a very weird formation from County, 4-1-3-2. They're a bit weak sauce in the middle of the park, I think. Who's this Stephen Johnson young lad? Tell you what, he looks a bit alright, I think. Let's get a report on him there. Good dribbling, good crossing, great pace, very pacey player, good technique. Doesn't have any flair, mind you, but is he left-footed? He's right-footed. Yeah, he's a left winger and he's right-footed. That's not very good. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into this one here. Into the dressing room. Passionately, you deserve to win the trophy and I expect you to win the trophy. I'm not going to talk to the guy in the tunnel and we're just going to encourage them. We're just going to treat this like a normal game, really. Go out there, play our game against a obviously inferior opposition, a championship opposition now when Ross County are going to be going down. So we need to just go out there and play our game and play with a bit of swagger and hopefully we'll easily overcome them. As Akram Afif picks up an injury, he'll now be coming off for Maximiliano Oliveira and I'll just bump Dimitri Mitchell up. Barjonas, 48% conditioning just now, but hopefully he'll recover. Hopefully he's just taking a bit of a bang. As Ian Fulton kicks it long, it's nearly taken us 20 minutes to get anything going here. Wallace cushions it to Mitchell and McGinn. How good is Murray Wallace, man? I know I say it like every episode, but Jesus, what a signing. It's up to Odsonne Edouard, cushions it to Avdiaj. That is beautiful. Is he going to thread it through? No, he's going to lose it to Kelly. Van der Weg just boots it though. Oh, Curran can pick that up actually. Curran can play in behind. Come on, Fernandez. There you go, son. Good positioning. Where's Fulton off to? Clips her up. That's not a good one, though. Van der Weg to Curran. Come on, Fernandez. Position again. O'Brien now. There's a chance, actually. It's a 3-on-2 in the middle. O'Brien's cross is dangerous. Back post. Johnson! Jesus. It's nearly, nearly a sensational moment for young Johnson, the regen there. Coming in, but a comfortable save for Ian Fulton and a 3-1 shot count in Ross County's favour here, even though we've got 60% possession. Demand more out of the boys, come on now. Got to pick it up a bit. We've created nothing in the opening half here. Avdiaj, Mitchell, O'Halloran and Edouard have all been poor as Barjonas puts it in. Fernandez heads it and oof, it's just saved there by the goalkeeper, I think it was in the end. Great chance for Ivanildo Fernandez, but not to be. Kelly clears it. Mitchell picks it up now. It's a good end to the half at least. Mitchell for O'Halloran. A brilliant challenge by Routus though. Come on Mitchell, run and whip it. And it's easy for the goalkeeper Macari to collect. And that's probably going to be the end of the half. 0-0. Obviously the majority of the supporters in here, Rangers fans, will be nervous seeing that kind of first half. This is the kind of performance that we put forward when we screw things up. We're not going to go too nuts so far. Morelos is not quite going to be coming in. I'm just going to leave it and hope that they can pick it up in the second half. Tell them to get more creative so we can break through that back line. Kelly firing it forward, but well done, Murray Wallace away. Right. Come on, we should be alright here. As much as we haven't created, Ross County haven't really created either. They had one chance, the same as us. Corner by McGinn, floated in, far too easy for Routus. Come on, Mitchell, back out to McGinn and then get it in quickly. Come on, run you. Wallace cushions it on, not good, he's out of position now as Naismith lobs it. Oliveira away again. Avdiaj winning the header, I didn't expect him to win that in there. Hudson Edward, McGinn for Mitchell, come on, get a good ball in, there's a man in the middle. Cut it back, there you go, in Oliveira, in. Whips it, easy for Kelly though. Jonas touch, beats a man, O'Halloran fires it in, go on son. Michael O'Halloran just after the hour mark, 1-0 and we're on for the double. This would really cap off Season 3 excellently if we could lift this trophy as well. And I am just now going to bring off Jonas because he is in really poor condition. I'm going to actually throw on Ryan Jack, why not? Bring Ryan Jack in. We've also got Rossiter returning next season, which we have to remember to compete for a position in that midfield. His Goodwill, he launches that over the top. I don't know what that's all about. He's just cleared that by the looks of it. Fulton will take the easy touch. Out to Wallace. Let's get a 2-0 here. If we get a 2-0, I'm going to throw on Eduardo Herrera for a brief run out. Again, Avdiaj, can he find the ball through for Hudson Edward? Plays it to Edward, who shoots! Oh, what a finish, son. Hudson Edward makes it 2-0. I'm going to go as far as to say that Hudson Edward has sealed the Scottish Cup. 18 minutes for Ross County to score twice. It's not going to happen. Second half, they've had absolutely nothing. We've took control when we came out after half time. McGinn now firing it in, and it's just a matter of how many. O'Halloran again. It's 3 now. 2 for Michael O'Halloran. By the way, how good has Michael O'Halloran been as of late? He came back from his loan spell. We weren't too sure if he'd be good. I've seen some raw stats in him. He's quick, he's got a bit of dribbling, he can cross a ball. But I did not expect him to have the kind of impact that he's done. He's done so well. Another young winger, Ross Cowie, coming on for Ross County. I'll have a wee look at him as well, actually. Johnson and Cowie, the young wingers they've produced. But Draper fires it forward. Clear this and it'll be time. Ryan Jack takes a touch. It's over. It is 3-0, and that's the Scottish Cup for the third year running. Double winners now. Let's watch our wee crappy animation there. Yes, right. Moving on. Passionately, very pleased. And that's us at the double. Michael O'Halloran, man of the match. Jonas out for 9 to 11 days, not bad. A FIFA out for 3 weeks. It doesn't really matter because it's the end of the season now. But if somebody was out for like 9 months, obviously that would have been impactful. And we got 70k roughly for winning the Scottish Cup, and we got 1.15 million for the gate receipts and television money for the Scottish Cup. So that's quite good. 3 years in a row, of course, we've won that cup now. Board are pleased, and we got Ross County boss. Who is he? Steve Evans. We got him the fire, the sack. Craig Levine nor Neil Lennon the favourites to take over, with Barry Robson just at the end 6-1 there. He's currently the Aberdeen assistant. O'Halloran on form, of course. 1.5 million shared among the squad for winning the league. 70k shared among the squad for winning the cup, which is their entire fee for being the winners in the final. Ryan Cairns of Broomhill Sports Club Glasgow was the assist leader. He's at Wraith. Just now he was on loan at BSC Glasgow. Of course, he done very well for them. We'll scout him. I don't expect him to be much of anything. BSC Glasgow, obviously, a non-league team. But we'll at least have a look. Let's have a look at the... Yeah, well, there you go. Manager, I'm in there now, along with Morelos and Jonas. You'd expect that, obviously, ending the 10-in-a-row ambitions of Celtic and winning the cup as well. Double winners. It's been an excellent season. I mean, if we just take a look at the season in review, some of the players, the goals, obviously, Morelos scoring 27 in there, leading the way. Hudson Edward done very well on 18. Michael O'Halloran but has 17 goals from that right wing. That is an amazing contribution. Even a Fief with 11. Avdiaj has got 7, 6 for Henderson and McGinn. Murray Wallace has chipped in with 6, the same as Eduardo Herrera. Casey Palmer's got 4 since being here since January. Fernandez has 3. Gamboa's even got 2. Barjonas only 2. Ditto Mitchell and Wayne Rooney. And then a lot of other players obviously scoring none, the likes of Cardozo, Jack, etc. But you don't expect them to score many. Average rating, Murray Wallace and John McGinn, of course, leading the way. Then it's O'Halloran, Afif, Avdiaj, Fernandez, Morelos, Palmer, Barjonas, Henderson, Edward. They've done so well, these players. If we look at the transfers in terms of what success we've had, Casey Palmer, good loan. Murray Wallace, excellent free deal. Ditto Donis Avdiaj. Rooney's not really done it, but it was a bit of a gamble anyway on low wages. His deal's going to expire in summer. He's only getting 4.5k anyway, so it doesn't really matter all that much. Staff attributes, he is okay. Odsonne Edouard's been great as well, and so has John McGinn. So we spent nothing in the summer, and we brought in players who eventually won us the title, of course. About the players going out, Graham Dorrans, how did he do this season? He was playing in the Championship and he had a poor season. James Tavernier, ditto, playing in the Championship, barely kicked a ball this season, James Tavernier, so 2 million for him was an excellent fee. Bruno Alves, of course, went to China, I think, and he did not do well there either. So we've done well. The players we've moved out have proved to be donkeys, and the players we brought in for free have proved to be really shrewd signings. If we look at the transfer centre here, Jack Price is leaving to Bolton on a free, and Cameron Borthwick-Jackson is arriving on a free. So the ideal scenario would be Cameron Borthwick-Jackson coming in on a free, and Maximiliano Oliveira possibly going out for a fee coming in from him, with Udinese interested. Sky Bet Championship, 45 games for Huddersfield in the Championship this season for Borthwick-Jackson, 6.93 average rating, so he did very well playing in the Championship. If we're honest about it, the SPL is probably a step down from the Championship, certainly in this game it is, so if he's done that well in the Championship, he can come in and contribute absolutely no problem when he comes up to the Scottish Premiership. And he's also only 23 years of age. He's not an old player by any means. And if we look at the ages of our squad just now, let's actually just look at the players who are playing. Fulton, 18 years old, many years ahead of him. Houston, 20 years old, many years ahead likewise. Fernandez, only 24. Murray Wallace, 27, bit of a more senior player. Mitchell's 23. Barjonas is only 21. McGinn, 25. So look how young these guys are. O'Halloran is 29. He'll turn 30 during the course of next season, but he's still a good player at the moment. Avdiaj is 23 as well. Akram Afif is 23. Odsonne Edouard is only 22. Morelos is only 23. So look how young these players are. These players could play here for a long time. Cardoso's 26. He might leave in the summer, I think, with all those teams interested. If we could get a bit of a bidding war going, we'd maybe move him along. Fernandez and Wallace are a solid enough pairing, and I think for the money we have, we could probably bring in somebody who could cover those two centre-backs. Marco Milanese, possibly going to go out for another loan again next season. He's done okay at Intella, but didn't make as many appearances as I hoped. I think he went down with a bit of a nasty injury. Yeah, he had a hip injury for 3 months, so that's a shame, because he was making his appearances there. If we look to the under-20s, we can actually see Dapo Mabudi. I think I'd like another loan for him. He's still only 18 years of age. I'd like him to go out again. Danny Finlayson, 19 years of age, possibly could come in for cover, but he struggled a bit down in the Championship, so maybe another loan would be good for him. Zach Rudden scored 6 goals and got 10 assists up front for Ross County this season. Maybe Zach Rudden could take a look at the first team and see what happens. Bednarczyk, I would actually very much like to come up to the squad. He looks a bit like O'Halloran for me. He can cross, he can dribble, bit of flair, good technique, bit of pace about him as well. Still only 21, so possibly I'd like to dip him into the first team a little bit and see how he gets on. If we actually compare his last 2 seasons, at Inverness he was playing in League 1 and he only got 1 assist and 5 goals. He then took the step up to the Championship, got 6 goals and 10 assists. So he's improved massively, taking a step up a level and actually bagging, more goals and way more assists. Morton finishing, by the way, if we want to take a little look at this. Partick Thistle are down. Ayr beat them in the playoff. That does surprise me. So Ayr are coming up as Partick drop down. If we look at the table, Morton finishing in 7th. So getting 10 assists and 6 goals for a 7th place side is pretty good. In terms of Partick, do they have any players? We're just doing a little end of the season review at this point, by the way, guys, because this will be the last season. I'm not going to do a separate end of season review. This is it right here and now. So if you look at the value of some of these players, Islam Feruz is pretty terrible, isn't he? Yeah, no point in getting it in him. Lewis Vaughan is an okay player, but nothing better than that. So I don't think there's anybody here we want to bring in. Stephen Lawless, likewise, is an okay player. But still slightly surprising that Partick are going to be going down with the team that they had. You'd expect them to beat Ayr, but there you go, not to be apparently. Actually, Morton's PJ Crossan, the leading scorer and the best average rating in the league. Falkirk interested in taking him. Of course, the former Celtic man. Ryan Hardy, on loan at Dunfermline, was second in the scoring list. 17 goals, 4 assists, and a good average rating for Dunfermline there. But I think he's going to be sold. He's 23 years of age already. Maybe if he had these stats and he was around about 18, but he doesn't. He's probably going to go on loan again. Maybe even sell him permanently. Where are we? Aidan Wilson, 21 years of age. To me, looks really bare, really raw. It doesn't look as if he's going to make it for me, but if we look at the report on him, looks like he could be very, very good in the future. So who knows? We'll keep him out on loan for a couple of seasons, see what happens. Robbie McCrory looks a decent young player as well. He did okay down at Falkirk, so we'll see if we can maybe arrange another loan for him. The thing is, he's 22 years of age, but he's a goalkeeper, so he's got plenty of time to improve as a young goalkeeper. Where's his brother? Where's Ross McCrory? Where is he? Is he in our senior squad? Oh, there he is, Ross McCrory. See, he looks an okay player now as well. I don't think he's ever going to be as valuable in the game as he is obviously proven to be for Rangers in real life, but I think maybe next season we'll have a look at him as well. 22 years of age, he's a centre-back, so kind of like his brother, the goalkeeper, he's got time to improve and show what he's worth. Possibly he'll get some cup games and things next season. I don't think we'll be sending him out on loan again, but I don't think he's quite ready either to be the main backup to the centre-backs. What are we saying on the report? Possible 3 stars. You know what? If he can make it to be 3 stars, that would be acceptable. Possibly. We'll see maybe what options there are for him on loan. If you can get a loan as a key player to like I don't know, maybe even an Ayr or a Falkirk who are coming up, if they would take him as a key player and probably punt him out on loan again. If not, if we're only getting rotational offers or something, we'll keep him here and we'll try and bring him on a little bit. But that's going to be it for the end of the season. I mean, done so well. If we're looking at the Premiership here, Morelos top scorer, Murray Wallace and John McGinn the leaders in terms of the average rating. O'Halloran leads the assists. Okay, Celtic lead the clean sheets, but we lead the league table, so who cares about clean sheets? Morelos just behind this Hamilton guy. Postolacci on loan from PSG. Looks a pretty good player, by the way. Obviously has proved that he can do it at this level. Let's get a wee report on him and see what that says. We'll be looking at all that in the summer. For now, I just want to say thanks to everybody who's been watching the series. Great season, obviously here season 3. We've had to endure a bit of suffering, by the way, in season 1 and 2. So getting the league victory finally in season 3, the way it went down to the wire especially, it's great. It's a really great feeling actually to be sitting here now as the double winners, having seen it out when it looked for a long time like we were going to do it, and then it looked a period at the end like we were going to mess it up. The fact that we've managed to hold on in the end, we've had a couple of shocking games along the way, but you know what, we've won the league, we've won the cup, and we'll be coming back next season looking to defend the league title. So that's our only goal, by the way, setting the objectives for next season. Retain the league title. Anything else is a bonus. Retain the league title is our short-term objective. Obviously, if we can do anything in the Champions League, that would be great, but I don't expect it. You know, we've struggled to qualify for Europa League, so stepping up to the Champions League, I don't expect to get into it, but it would be amazing if we could. Obviously, it would help out the finances immeasurably. In terms of the cups, they're always a bonus. It'd be nice to win that Scottish Cup again, because we seem to have a habit of doing so. We seem to like that competition, so if we can win it again, it'd be great. League Cup, again, it's just a bonus. Don't really care if we win it. Maybe we'll try and use more rotational players than we have done. Not being favourites for the league all these seasons, not managing to win the title, finishing quite a way behind Celtic. The League Cup has been a bit more important because that was our chance to get a double really if we could win both cups. Now that we're winning the league, we're in there in the title battle. The League Cup becomes really less important, so we might use some of those players like Bednarchuk, like McCrory, that we're going to try and get into the team a little bit, like Zach Rudden. So possibly we'll do that in the League Cup. Champions League is a complete bonus. Anything we do in the Champions League is unexpected, and we will claim it as a bonus, as I say. So the league is the main focus. In terms of signings, we've already got Borthwick Jackson coming in at left back. I'd possibly like a right back to come in as an improvement. Gamble was okay as a main starter, but I don't think he's got that little bit extra quality that will push us on. Because right now, basically, we're neck and neck with Celtic. We're the champions, but I would consider us to be neck and neck. Maybe even head to head. Celtic have a little bit extra, more than we do. So I would like to push us on and overtake Celtic. I'd like to go into the Old Firm games expecting to win rather than hoping to win that we are at the moment. So we need that extra little bit to push on ahead and become the true dominant force in Scottish football. So we need a bit more quality. As I say, Gambo was okay, but at the end of the day, he was a player deemed surplus to requirements at Celtic. So we need a bit better quality at right back for me. Central midfield, we're sorted, I think. We need some cover at centre back. In terms of the wings, I'd like some cover as well. Afif and O'Halloran have done so well last season that basically when Afif hasn't played, we've had to throw Mitchell on there as a winger, which he's done pretty well in fairness to the guy, but I would still like another bit of quality on that left wing. In terms of the right wing, we really don't have anything other than O'Halloran, so really we need a bit of cover there. In terms of striker, there's so many of them now. We've got Herrera staying for another season, I think, as a backup player. We've got Edward and Morelos obviously battling out for the place up there, and we've got Zach Rudden as well, who, as I say, maybe going to dip him into the team a little bit next season. So that's 4 of them competing for one place basically, so there'll be a lot of rotation going on up front, unless, like Morelos did at the end of this season, somebody goes on a tear of form, in which case they're obviously going to have to be in the squad. Might even experiment with 2 or possibly even 3 striker formations just to try and get some of them more game time. Obviously that'll be more the cup competitions, because we're going to focus on the league. We just need to play the best thing that we can, even if it upsets some players not getting game time. That's what we're going to have to do next season. We want to give people the chance to shine next season, but the fact of the matter is, if a player like Zach Rudden comes in, gets 2 games, doesn't do the business, he's out and he's just going to have to sit. That's how it's going to be next season, but I've prattled on for too long now, taking up too much of your time here. I just want to say, as I said before, thanks for watching. Obviously, if you want to get ready for Season 4, subscribe to the channel. As soon as that drops, you're going to be seeing that. It will not be a long time before Season 4 comes out. Hell, it could possibly even be up tomorrow, depending on how that goes, if I have enough time actually to get through the summer business. But certainly it will be a couple of days gaps maximum after this episode goes up before Season 4 will be out. I don't want to take a break. I want to get fired right in. I'm loving this save, buzzing to go into the season as defending champions. But as I say, I've prattled on too long now. I just want to say thanks, and I'll see you next time for Season 4 when we're defending the title.